Jurassic World, obviously major success, and you wrote the sequel.
Yeah.
And it was actually just to kind of highlight the small world of Hollywood and filmmaking. J.A. Bayona, he also he directed A Monster Calls, which is another film that we highlighted on the CW recently. Great film.
Yeah.
He's directing it, and you've recently said that you think the sequel is going to be better than the original. And in the original trilogy, the first movie was amazing, and then I've heard you say that there was diminishing returns throughout the trilogy. But now you're saying this sequel is going to be better than the original. What is going to move? What's going to make it better than the original?
You know, I think it's a result of this collaboration, and I don't know. You know, I wrote the movie. I designed sequences that I knew Bayona would direct, and he and I, you know, we're from different countries. We grew up in very different ways, but we share a lot of the same cinematic language and love for children in danger and just like the peril of family life. All of his films, The Impossible is a family in horrible danger, and Monster Calls is a child, dealing with the worst aspects of life. And even Book of Henry and Monster Calls have some similarities to them, and so
I thought the intro with like the pencil,
which was a coincidence. I saw his, and I'm like, oh, okay. But that just it goes to show like how in tune we are,
and they're both focus features.
They're both focus features, and it really it just turned into one of those very special collaborations between two filmmakers, and I was actually really excited to be able to just focus on the screenplay, because when you're directing a movie of that size, I was also writing while we were making it, and there's so many different aspects to that process, and I knew what he was about to go through, so I thought the best thing I could do would be to be there to support him every day, to make sure the script was always on point, and to work on it and hone it and build something that is, I think, much more complex, much richer, much deeper, and also scarier and more suspenseful. We're not necessarily just going to go bigger, and I don't think that's the answer.
Yeah, that seems like the generic, expected route.
There are people will get to have it both ways, because there is a massive sequence in the middle of the movie that is just insane. That and I've seen all of the footage. I've been there every day as he's been doing it. It's just one of the most exciting sequences I've ever seen. But then it gets very tight and compact and constricted, and it's kind of a monster in a box kind of a movie. And I think people are going to really love it.